Man, let me tell you about Dwight Howard. This dude's got more accolades than your grandma's got cats. And that's saying something. 8-time NBA All-Star, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, and he once had everyone calling him Superman. But it turns out his reputation is his kryptonite. It seems like everybody in the NBA just collectively decided to hate on him. He's so hated that teams would rather start a knitting club than sign him. After learning how to eat with chopsticks in Taiwan, he's now attempting an NBA comeback. How did he go from a beloved superstar to the NBA's biggest villain? Maybe it's because of his on-court antics.
I'm loving this right now.
Oh, and Howard and Garnett getting into it.
Or maybe it's his hot takes, like when he claimed he's better than Nikola Jokic.
Stay off the weed.
I mean, that's like saying you're a better chef than Gordon Ramsay because you make a mean grilled cheese. Dwight's like a guy who shows up at a fashion show in a clown costume. He just refuses to play by the NBA's rules. So how did Dwight come from being Superman to a guy booking his next flight ticket to Taiwan? Dwight's main problem is his attitude. This dude's got more beefs than a burger joint. As the #1 draft pick in 2004, he was like the chosen heir to the Tracy McGrady era, except Tracy McGrady left, and it's like Dwight had to run the family business, and he delivered. So, here comes Dwight. During his first 4 seasons, dropping numbers like it's a Vegas slot machine. 16.5 points, 12.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.7 blocks while playing 36 minutes per game. He didn't miss a game in his first 4 seasons. And this dude was a walking highlight reel. I'm talking dunking on defenders, and on defense he was sending shots back like he was swatting flies at a picnic.
Eerily silent here. Here's Allen with the step. Oh, he checked it.
You'd blink and Dwight would have dunked on a guy, blocked a shot, and ordered a pizza all in the same play. But Dwight had his own version of a dunk contest in 2008, and it was more electrifying than a hairdryer in a bathtub. He steps into the dunk contest like, hey, Nate Robinson, hold my Gatorade and watch this. But here's where the drama starts. Dwight decides to pull a Superman dunk right in front of Superman himself, Shaq. Now, imagine Shaquille O'Neal's face when he sees this. It's like he found out someone took the last slice of his pizza at the party. And just like that, they started not to like each other.
Lakers just signed Dwight Howard. How do you feel about that?
Who?
Dwight Howard.
Well, you gotta get his name right, Charles. If you want to talk about him, you gotta get his name right.
These two were going at it like kids arguing over who gets the last cookie. Howard turned the Orlando Magic into a real-life magic show. They were climbing up the NBA ladder faster than a cat chasing a laser pointer. Playoffs, they were in there. They even made it to the finals in '09, but lost to Kobe Bryant's Lakers. Prime Dwight Howard was like the Frankenstein of basketball, but in a good way. But even monsters have their moments, and Dwight had his with Coach Stan Van Gundy. It's like a buddy cop movie gone wrong. Dwight didn't want to just be the rim runner. He wanted to post up and showcase his bag on offense. But here's the thing, that offensive bag, yeah, it was emptier than a magician's hat after the rabbits disappeared. So it's like Coach Van Gundy had a crystal ball, or maybe he was just really good at reading obvious signs. He knew Dwight's dreams of being a low-post threat were, well, as real as a unicorn in rush hour traffic. But Dwight, he was like that stubborn kid who wants a pony for Christmas. He was willing to turn the Magic upside down to get what he wanted. It got so bad that Coach Van Gundy had to go on TV to say it.
I was told it was true by people in our management. So, you know, right from the top.
So here's the plot twist. Van Gundy gets the boot and Dwight stays. But guess what? Not even 3 months later, Dwight's like, peace out, Orlando. And he's off to the Lakers. I mean, come on, Dwight. You're beefing with Shaq, and then you pull a follow the leader move from Magic to Lakers. It's like he's got a GPS set to Shaq destinations only. But at least with Dwight and his coach, it's all good now. Howard and Van Gundy are buddy-buddy again. Probably laughing about the whole mess over a game of mini golf or something. Welcome to the drama-filled Lakers circus. We had a new Big Four, or at least we thought we did. Steve Nash was trying to relive the glory days. Superman was spending more time on the injury list than on the court. Pau Gasol was also on street clothes for a majority of the time. And Kobe Bryant, well, he was mad enough to breathe fire. He looked at Dwight like, you're soft. It's like the Shaq and Kobe sequel, but without the championship rings, just a lot of tension. Kobe wanted Dwight to play through the pain. And Dwight quotes, he's not a doctor and I'm not a doctor, that's his opinion. His lack of self-awareness was a problem. It's like he got a self-awareness vacuum cleaner. He just sucks it all away. Pause. Dwight's over here in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, asking Kobe to pass the ball more. This was a time when Kobe's having a solid year, shooting hoops like he's got a PhD in getting buckets, scoring 27.3 points in one of his most efficient years. So Dwight's complaining, wanting more plays, and Kobe didn't want to play along. Spoiler alert, when you call out Kobe for taking too many shots, it's like challenging a dragon to a fire-breathing contest. That's a one-way ticket to exit the door. Next up, Houston, we have a Dwight problem yet again. It seems like wherever he goes, he's causing chaos. He's clashing with James Harden, the Beard himself. Dwight wanted the ball regardless of how well the team is doing. And then Harden got fed up and wanted the team to bench Dwight, bring in Clint Capella, and see how it plays out. He sticks around for one more season, but it's like trying to keep a cat in a bathtub. It's just not going to work. From this point on, he becomes the NBA's version of a hot potato, getting passed around from team to team. Then we got injuries, every athlete's worst nightmare. And Dwight, he went from being Superman on the hardwood to playing Where's Waldo with all the missed games due to a herniated disc. This back injury came in like a wrecking ball crashing into Orlando's playoff dreams. And poor Dwight, missing out on the Olympics. That's like being invited to the best party in the city, but having to stay home because your mom told you to fold socks instead. He used to be a defensive wall, winning Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. Rebounds, yeah, he was snatching those like your grandma grabs free samples at Costco. But then the injury bug said, tag, you're it. In Los Angeles, his shoulder injury slowed him down. And in Houston, the injuries were throwing a full-on block party. Meniscus and MCL tear against the Warriors, which caused him to sit the rest of the playoffs and half of the next season. Then in Washington, he missed 70 games with the same back injury that plagued him earlier in his career. But later it turns out that injury was something up the ass. Dwight's body was like a car with more check engine lights than a Christmas tree at this point. Because of this, his game declined rapidly, and he found a new calling, finally accepting that he's a role player. He embraced it like a hug from a long-lost friend and helped the Lakers grab that 2020 championship. To be fair, Dwight Howard's resume is longer than a CVS receipt. All-Star? Check. Defensive Player of the Year? Check. All-NBA team? Check. Block leader? Check. Rebound leader? Check. Olympic gold medal? Check. But hold up, why did they snub him from the NBA top 75 list? That's messed up. It just doesn't make sense. Even Coach Van Gundy had to step in and was like, yo, put some respect on Dwight's name.
Look, for him to not be in the top 75, that was just a personality thing. There's no way, but you cannot make a case that Anthony Davis, when they picked that team, or even now, had a better career than Dwight Howard. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's like the whole NBA world had amnesia or something. No disrespect to Anthony Davis, but Dwight deserves it more than you, buddy. But then, he brought the drama to himself. Dwight had more beefs than a Texas barbecue joint. But hey, he also redeemed himself in 2020 with the Lakers, helping them win a championship. But even with this accomplishment, his critics still found a way to downplay this milestone. Reputation is the NBA's version of high school rumors. Once it's out there, good luck shaking it off. So eventually, Dwight found himself in Taiwan, where he was the king of the court, becoming an all-star, leading in rebounds, and even recruiting NBA players to come and play basketball over there.
Jordan Poole, come on. Julius Randle, come on. Let me stop. Ben Simmons, come on, man.
He also got Curry, Draymond, and CP3's blessings to get him signed on the team. But then Mike Dunleavy, the Warriors GM, had another thing in mind. He decided to keep the team undersized and left Howard hanging. They even had him do a 2-day interview and a workout with Chris Paul and Draymond, and then nope, they did him like a match on Tinder, setting up a date and bailing out at the last minute. Even though the Warriors literally needed his services, they still passed him up. I mean, come on, Dwight's got the stats that make other centers jealous. But hey, the Hall of Fame should have a VIP seat reserved for Dwight Howard, no questions asked. He might be blacklisted from today's NBA, but who knows, maybe in the future they'll invite him back with open arms that comes with an apology letter